everybody, it's Max, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator Live. That's right, it's ATS Sunday, and it's going to be a good day as we finish up the Texas Cruising achievement. The Texas Cruising event. Well, there you go. What can I tell you? Of course, no surprise that 8-Ball once again and me are arguing, because that's usually how the way it goes. 8-Ball doesn't stay on my side for very long. Hey, Noko. Noko, I hope you're having a good day. All the good things, all in the neighborhood. You know how it is. And, of course, before we get started, all recent subscribers, I want to thank you all for hanging out, hanging along. And this week coming up for the holiday season is going to be one crazy week. But we'll talk about that once we get into the game and all the things. And so let me switch the screen over to, of course, do the stuff. There we are. That's right. And, of course, we are doing the Cruising Texas event. We've gotten all 29 cities. We are now going to do the final load to make sure that we can get the personal goal items, of course, for the cruising event. Now, the community event has been accomplished now for about a week. But, of course, my personal items, hey, got to get my personal items. We're going to work that out now. And, of course, it's all good in the neighborhood. As for feeling, I am doing a little bit better. My head isn't spinning as much. My stomach isn't turning as much. So the adjustments are, again, the adjustments made by my doctor are beginning to work. They're just going to take time to work. But I knew that was going to be a thing anyway. But that's why we can do something like this today. And I'm not too worried about it because, of course, this is only about an hour of my time. And, hey, we all like a little ATS Sunday. Here with the Mac anthem with my Outlaw paint job on it, because I think I actually like that paint job. It is really nice. Where are we? We are in Rocket City. You betcha. Way down here in the bottom corner of the map. You betcha. We're going to see the rockets here shortly. Nothing like a little bit of SpaceX to get the day started. And, of course, we are just going to look for a job, which is going to take us as far as we can go. The farther, the better. You know it. No, I don't. Well, I mean, we could always look at getting a Christmas paint job. I don't know if I even have the Christmas paint job DLC. I'll be honest. I own a lot of the DLCs, like the steering wheel and the wheel package and a bunch of stuff. I don't know if I have the Christmas DLC. I mean, it's not to say as I can't paint the truck in Christmassy colors, but I actually don't know if I have the DLC for Christmas. So we'll have to get this load first. Maybe we'll stop at a garage on the way out and see if I have the Christmas paint job. Because I'll be honest, I don't think I do. Anyway, we want something that goes fairly far away. Do we got anything for Ranton, New Mexico? Well, we got something for Redding. Wow, that's a load. But that's way too much of a load for me today. So this is all in Texas. Don't get me wrong, that's awesome. Well, that's Utah. That's a little farther than I would like to go. But everything else is definitely. Do you got any for Dalhart? No, you got nothing for Dalhart. Armadillo. You do have a load for Armadillo. You know what? We will take that load. I will say what. ETS made the Christmas DLC more expensive. I had to buy it for €1 more today. Oh, really? Did they? That's unfortunate. Now they did have a big a sale on it when Texas came out, but I didn't know how long that sale lasted, so maybe the sale just ended. Anyway, we're going to pick up this load, do the things. I'm going to readjust my seat here in a minute just to get a little more comfortable. To get things underway here as we are going through to take this final load through Texas and get things up and running. Come on, game, let's go. It's a load of flour. It's not the end of the world. All right, here we are. Look at that. Nice. They're working on the rockets, red glare all over the place. Let's get the truck started. And we'll go down here the road a little bit. We'll make a U-turn just to see the rockets coming all the way back up, and then we'll go see where this load is. I'm assuming it's back in Brownsville itself, but we'll drive down here just a wee bit, just to see the rockets red glare in action. All right, we'll just do. And then, of course, we're going to talk about everything that's coming up for December because, yep, you betcha, it's going to be one crazy month. There's a lot that's going to be happening this month. And 3 games. So, obviously, there's 7 days in a week. And, you know, with Icarus on Monday, I usually like that usually leaves 6 days left. So having 2 games, right? Having 2 new games on the schedule is actually really good. It's what I kind of look for, right? If we have 2 games on the schedule, then you're good to go, right? That you can play them games 3 times throughout the week. Two games, that's 6 days. Everything is good, right? The big trick, though, of course, is with 3 new games coming out, that makes the schedule a lot more tricky, and it is something that we're going to definitely have to look into. Look at that. There's the hopper. There's the uppers. All the good things. The crane's moving around. You betcha. Now let's go see if we can't pick up this load of flour and get it to head out. Now, so yeah, it is going to be a bit tricky running 3 new games at the same time. Now, the 2 Point Campus is a DLC, so it may only last like 2 or 3 weeks to do the. I don't know how many. I don't know how. For some reason, I wanted to say 3. There's 3 new campuses. 3 new campuses would be doable in 2 weeks, I think. Which is why I kind of, even though doing 3 new games would be really stressful. Okay, somewhat stressful. At the same time, I'm not too worried about it because if 2 Point Campus were to go for like just 2 weeks, then that means, for 2 weeks the schedule gets a little crazy. But after that, then we just have the 2 games of InfoSpace and Xion. And then, of course, everything's, the rest of December is pretty much easy street. Well, okay, there's nothing easy about it. It'd be a full-time schedule, but, that's the thing, right? So we're going to see how it goes. We'll see how it plays out. And after that, kind of just cross my fingers and toes that I don't collapse. Of course, like I said, as medically, my thyroid and my pancreas are running way too high. That, of course, the issue there is that basically turns you into a diabetic, right? Which causes severe head spins, stomach spinning, weakness, a whole bunch of stuff, right? And I knew there was something wrong. Yes, my IBS is always an issue. It's a pain in the butt, literally sometimes. But you always know something else is wrong because when your thyroid's off, you get a lot of anxiety for no reason, right? And there's a lot of other issues that come along with that. And I knew that was going to be, I knew there was an issue. I just didn't know what the issue was. But hopefully we'll get that all fixed up. The only issue is thyroid adjustments and stuff like that tend to take a couple of weeks to start to take effect because all that stuff's absorbed into the tissue of your body. And so that's just how it all works. So it is going to take a little bit longer. Wow, this is quite the turn. Wow. Okay, there we go. That was a really sharp turn. Anyway, we got around it, all the things. And then, of course, we'll get down here, we'll get loaded, and I'll switch the screen back. Let's see, dudes. Where are you going to make this turn at? Yeah, all right, I'm turning right. Just hold on a second. Okay, all the things. Are you going to give me a nice 8 today? I doubt it. Not here in the city, anyway. I mean, sometimes you do, but it's not too bad. Oh, there's a gate coming up. Why is there a gate? All right, well, there's a gate coming up. Yeah, well, then you better not play around here too much. Oh, look at all them cars going through. Man, what kind of security are you guys running? Holy smokes, like 3 cars just drove through it. 4 cars just drove through at the same time. That's terrible security, people. That is not good security. Like, boy, that Mustang, they opened up the gate for him, and like the next 3 cars just went zip, zip, zip right through that. They were pretty crazy. Not good at all. I finally got my first Dyson Swarm. Now I only need to figure out how the ray receivers work. Well, they're actually easy. You put them down. Ray receivers automatically collect by default. So when you put a ray receiver down, it automatically just generates power from the Dyson sphere by default. Now, the other thing you can do is you can click on the ray receiver and tell it to collect antimatter, which is what you'll need for making antimatter fuel, right? And you also need antimatter for like some of the end white science. But by default, ray receivers just collect energy, right? They're just energy collectors. So that's the simple answer. I mean, let's not make it too more complicated than that, people, because it's really hard today. We don't want to think too hard. All right, so let's skip the loading, all the things. Put this thing on the trailer. Let's go.
Time to hit the road.
Yep, time to hit the road. Thanks, GPS lady. I'm always so not very happy with you. But anyway, this actually looks really good. A little bit of a nice evening look with the truck before we get the sun back up here. Of course, we won't drive throughout the night too long. Driving in the one again, and I've said this before in ATS. ATS has a terrible night cycle. It's just so dark you don't see anything, right? Unlike ETS2, where their night cycles are much better. ATS is just black, and you can't see nothing. Is that you? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I got to stop here, don't I? Who made this track? What track is this? Okay, so the train. All right, I see the train back there. So he's going to swerve out, come down here, and swerve back in. What a bum! Why didn't he just go straight down the track that's right beside me? That's the silliest route ever for a train. Look at this guy, right? I mean, he's coming down here. Now he's gonna swing back. He's gonna swing right back over. Who planned your route, buddy? Because let me tell you, they're drinking. What are you doing? Slowing down? What are you slowing down for? Like, get on out of here. Craziness. Just craziness. And do I place the pew pew guns on a planet closer to the sun, or does it matter? It will not matter. Nah. The only thing is that if it's not a tidal locked planet, right, then make sure to place pew pew guns towards the north and south pole. If your planet has any kind of inclination, right? So like Earth is, I think, 24 degrees? Got a 24 degree tilt on it? Maybe it's only 23. Earth has a tilt to it, right? That's what provides the seasons, right? The summer, the winter seasons is the tilt on the Earth is what does that. So if you don't have pew pew guns on the top and the bottom of the planet, they'll fire great. So let's say you only put them on the top of the planet. Well, when the planet's inclination is towards the sun, the pew pew guns will work all the time. It's great. But as soon as the planet gets into its winter location and it's tilted backwards, well, then the problem is now your pew pew guns won't be able to see the event horizon and won't be able to shoot at all. So you'll want, for a lot of planets, especially if they have a tilt. Yes, train. I know. See, I can do that too. So a lot of planets, you're definitely going to want to put pew pew guns on the top and the bottom of the planet. Now, I will say I usually only put mine on the top of the planet for a lot of my outpost planets because I just don't care, right? But on a planet where you want to increase the speed, you'll definitely want to do that, right? Just to kind of point that out. Let's see where we're going. I better check a map. That's what you gotta do. Where are we going? Let's see. 35, 10, blah, 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 all the things. There was a camera on a bridge somewhere along here that I wanted to get at one point in time. I don't know where. There it is right there. Look at that. But that's awfully high up. Let's see. I don't need that camera today, but it would be nice to get some of this road network covered off. Like again, we have a lot of untraveled road here, right? So I'm just trying to figure out a way to get some of that done. Looks like we're gonna get the 83 on that. Okay, well then let's do this. We'll come up to the 35. We'll have a little fun. Let's come on up this way. Yeah, let's do that. Then we'll swing this way. We'll do this little bebop here. Looks like we're going to get a question mark. I say that looks like a drop point up into Armadillo. Yeah, we'll do that.
Time to get the job
We'll cover
done.
some road. Because though I'll never get 100% of all the road
and then
network in this
turn
game,
left.
I still like to try and keep it in the high 80s. And,
Turn
you know, that's a thing. So we'll try and do that. All right. Well, I still haven't even got the truck. I haven't got the cruise control on it yet.
Keep right.
Where it's already
and
like
then
8:10.
turn right.
We'll stop up here at this garage just to see.
Turn
To
right.
see. Do. Yep. Well, you know what? I've changed my mind. Beep beep. Listen, just ignore all this. It's fine. We're gonna stop. Oh, you have gone the wrong way, dude. What are you doing here? What are
Keep
you?
left. Reroute.
What? Yeah. What are we doing here? What's going on here? Okay. Well, listen. All right. I guess we'll do it this way because there's an opportunity for me to get some road coverage this way. But then we'll come off the highway just for a brief minute to stop in at that repair station. I guess I should have made the right-hand turn at that intersection. I guess it looks so straight to me that it didn't look like a right-hand intersection turn. But we'll get it all figured out. Hey, look, I'm still gonna blame the lightheaded dizziness on it. That's what I'm doing. Because
Straight on.
again, you know, doing a lot of talking get lightheaded really easy, right?
Keep
So.
right. And then keep left.
All right, well, I'm going to keep right. But you know what? I think I'm going to stay right, GPS lady, because Texas has all these double roads that you got to cover. I mean, they have a lot of road network,
and then
right?
exit left.
Yeah, we're not doing that. I'm just going to stay to the right.
Exit left.
No, it's okay. I'm not exiting left. We're just going to
Finding
ignore
a
that.
new route.
Yeah, you can find the new route. But I know what route I want, so don't worry about that too much. I know what I'm doing. I'm going straight out. I'm going straight down here. We're going to run into all this traffic that's going to really tick me off. Right? Can we get around this traffic? Wow. Holy smokes. What's with all the traffic? Yeah. Oh, light pole. Oops. My bad. Listen.
Keep left. And then continue straight on.
Oh, continue straight on. Yep. Holy smokes. All right, here we go. Here. This is what we want. We want this right-hand turn. Man, we gotta get into this garage before I just cause too many problems. Waffletopia. I love it. I mean, it's Waffletopia. I mean, anybody that knows me that watches certain games knows as I like using the word utopia on just about anything. So Waffletopia, that must be the best place like ever to eat waffles. I am definitely going to check that out because it's Waffletopia. I mean, that's a win, people. That is a large win. All right, let's get in here. I don't believe I own the Christmas paint job pack, but we will have a look. A quick gander at all the things. Truck configuration. Paint jobs. Let's see. I do own Santa Driver. When did I buy that? I mean, he looks pretty cool. But I did not think I had. Well, look at that. I do have a. Oh, wow, that is red. That's definitely red. What else do we got? Winter Blast. Oh man, that's actually pretty cool. Let's see. I must have picked it up under wraps. The Crystal Chill. I do like the Gold Flake. I must admit. Spot the Holly. I do like the Gold Flake patterns. Those are pretty cool, but they're a little plain, aren't they? So I guess we go back down here. Let's go with Santa Driver. All the things. I like that. Confirm that order. Yeah, sync that up for a second. The trailer's configuration. Well, obviously we got to have something to kind of match it, right? Let's see. Maybe something like that. Just to kind of give it a bluish look. Sure. We'll go with that. There we go. We're very Christmassy at the moment. Let's reset the morning here because it's 8:40 at night. You're not going to be able to see anything here shortly anyway. G set time. Let's do 5 in the morning though, so we'll get the sun coming up. That way it's not we don't give ourselves too much. We got to deal with a little bit of darkness, but all good in the neighborhood after that, right? Maybe they're going to add hunger and thirst to ATS. Then you can go to Waffletopia. Yeah, they got rest, but they don't have hunger thirst. You know what? I don't know if I would play it that way anyway, because I tend to not use the rest meter. I find, don't get me wrong, I would use the rest meter if you could rest on your schedule, not their schedule. So here's my problem with the rest component in ETS2 and ATS. So when it comes to, wow, I'm going to turn on some lights here, dude. There we go. It's 5 in the morning, not it's not daytime yet. So my big issue with ETS2 and ATS and the rest indicator is you are forced to sleep for 8 hours, right? I think it is. I think it's 8 hours. Now, because you're forced into that position,
and then exit left.
What happens is after a while, you end up driving at night all the time. I find in ATS especially, you just seem to drive all the time at night, and it's a pain in the butt to get it to cycle back around into daylight driving hours. And sleeping for an exact 8 hours isn't realistic, right? So I should be able to say, okay, look, it's 11 o'clock at night, I'll sleep till 6 a.m., okay? Now, yes, that may only be 7 hours of rest, but it's more realistic. So, like, for example, let's say the game wants you to have 8 hours of rest every day, but today I can only get 7 hours of rest. So maybe after a period of days or after the trip is done, you end up having to rest a full day before you can go driving again. That would make more sense to me, but the way the mechanic works in the game now doesn't. It doesn't work for me. So that's why I leave it turned off, and then I just reset the time every day as if I was resting, right? So that way it's more realistic. So don't get me wrong, there are drivers who love to drive all night long because it's light traffic, less hassles, the whole 9 yards, and that's great, but you tend to get into a rhythm pattern like that, and then that's what you do all the time. And in ATS, it's so dark at night all the time that it's not very enjoyable when your whole game for like 2-3 weeks on end is just spent in the dark, right? And I don't really enjoy that. So that's why I tend to control time and just turn that off, right? I modded ETS to only have 7-hour days because I like to drive through the night. Yeah, well, but in ETS2, again, nighttime driving, well, this is what, okay, right now is what ETS2 looks like at 3 in the morning. It looks like this. But this is not what it looks like in ATS at 3 in the morning. At 3 in ATS, of course, it's literally just pitch black. You don't see anything, right? I mean, that's one of the big differences between ATS and ETS2. There's a nice front shot. It's a little early for Santa, in the morning here, but it's a nice front shot of the truck. You're going around a turn, dude. Listen, you're gonna first fix up the GPS. GPS lady is very annoying, but at least make sure that her map's working. All right. Second, let's not mess up. The thing here. Yeah, and the sun's almost fully up by 4 a.m. All right. I mean, it really is unfortunate. I really do wish they would make ATS have the night cycle of ETS2, because then I wouldn't care. I would leave the sleep cycle on. I would do all the things, right? But it's just not very fun when you're just look like you're driving in a black hole, right? That just doesn't seem very cool to me. So let's see if we can't get a nice 8 shot going on here while we're doing a passing, right? Come on, you're gonna give it to me. You want to get, yeah, whatever. Give me a nice 8 shot. Oh, well, that's not too bad. That's a little better. Yeah, it was okay. Come on. Put it back out on the other side. You know you want to. You know you. Come on. You want to. Thanks, 8. Well, okay, I'll take that. Wasn't too bad. Yeah, all right. Let's go for a little bit of a 7 action here while we come around up this next turn here. Gotta like the Anthem. The Anthem, I must admit, it's a nice truck, right? I really do. I do enjoy driving the Mac Anthem. I've never gotten to ride in one personally because, of course, my father now semi-retired, where he's driving other trucks. The other trucks are all Freightliners. But yeah, overall, I mean, the Mac Anthem itself is just a nice-looking truck. And here we are. There's the Santa. You know what they don't have? They don't have Santa trailer loads. You know, the Santa loads this year. I didn't see any Santa loads at all. We'll have to see, like, if that's a thing or not a thing, right? Because, I mean, it's time to deliver all the presents to the boys and girls. And, I mean, that's what it's all about at this time of year, you know. So I am surprised I didn't see any Santa loads, but maybe I wasn't looking in the right spot, right? I suppose I should have just been looking under external contracts if I wanted to see those. Why don't they put most of the skins they have on the truck on the trailer, by the way? Yeah, well, time. I think it's just a time, right? Oh yeah, look at this. Look at all this panicking going on here, right? Yeah, we're passing the scale. Bye. See ya. Another train. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, who's tooting at me now? Well, that's just another train, dude. You don't have to worry about that. I don't know where he's going, but anyway, doesn't matter. Let's see. Yeah, so I think it's just a time issue. So here's the problem now, right? And this is the same problem in ETS too. In fact, ETS is worse. So when they came out with, when ATS first came out, it had 4 trucks. 2 Kenworths, 2 Peterbilts, right? It had the old style and the new style Pete's and the new and old style Kenworths. So if you had to make a new skin, right, a new DLC skin, you only had to make that skin for 4 trucks, right? No biggie. But now, all right, I wonder how many trucks there are in the game. Let's say there's 12 trucks. No, there's probably, let's say 15 trucks. Well, now every time you come out with a new DLC, you now have to make a skin for 15 trucks because, of course, players could be driving whatever truck they want, right? And it's the next problem is trailers are the same way, right? Every time they come out with a new trailer set of skins, like retro or whatever, well, now you have to make it for all the different trailers that you have. And I can see that just being a tie-up of time and resource that they just don't got, right? So they're like, well, you know, we'll make the skin for like the basic trailer or something like that. But because now like ETS 2, right? Well, how many trucks are in ETS 2? Like there's got to be 30 different trucks, which means every time they come out with like a new skin, they're gonna make that skin 30 times. That's crazy, right? I mean, you're talking some time there, especially the fancier skins with like translucence in them, you know, or road flake, you know, and adjustable colors, all that stuff. That's a lot of work, right? That's a lot of programming work. So, yeah, I can see where they probably don't, you know, they probably don't do a lot of trailer action just because of the way it is, right? You're going around a relatively sharp turn here, dude. You're not even looking in the right direction. You're probably going to run the truck off the road if you don't turn it around. No, there's nobody in front of you. Wasn't that bad, I guess. So yeah, it is kind of a bummer that they don't make more skins, but again, I can see why, right? True. Well, you paid money for the skins you got, but you didn't pay money for them to have matching trailer skins. Otherwise, you wouldn't have bought the skins in the first place, right? It's kind of like when I bought this Santa pack, right? It doesn't mention anything about having Christmas trailer skins. So, you know, if I decided, well, you know what, I because you don't have trailer skins, I'm not going to buy it, right? Well, then that's me speaking with my money, right? Obviously, it wasn't a big deal to me because I bought the skins because it's Christmas, and that's it's just the way it is, I guess. We look good for gas, actually. I thought about stopping for gas, but we're actually looking really good for gas. So I think we just keep driving for a while. Yes, and not to say as if they didn't put in the work, more people wouldn't buy it. I think it would. It's just there's a dollar value for everything, right? How much time you put into something versus how much dollar value you're going to get back out of it. And obviously to them, it's not worth the time for them for $2 or $2.99 or however much you pay for it. I mean, a lot of their skin DLCs are only a couple of bucks, right? So it's not like they're making oodles of money off of that skin DLC. So they're not going to throw a whole bunch of time at it. They'll throw an employee at it for like a week or so, but they don't want to be throwing everybody at it for a month because they'll just never make the money back on it, right? So that's just the way it is. But economics, way of the world. Otherwise, they'd have to charge you $10 for the skin pack, and then nobody would buy it because they'd say, "Oh, well, that's way too much for just a bunch of skins." And then they'd be like, "Well, yeah, but it's got trailer and truck skins," and you'd be like, "Well, I don't care. I still think it's too expensive, right?" And yeah, it's just a big counter maneuver and all the things. Nobody ever gets a hit on that. It's all terrible after that. It just gets into a big argument. So this is a nice straight stretch there, Max. Let's see if we can't at least get a nice 8. Can we get a highway 8? A cross highway 8? No, you're not going to give me that, huh? Well, it wasn't too bad. I mean, that's what I'm going to take for now anyway. Not much I can do about it. Sometimes you just got to take what you can get. Because that's a thing. Let's swing around this way. Yeah. There we go. We're all right now. We're good. He's good. Right. Anything behind us? No, it's pretty good. What about in front of us? It's pretty calm there as well, I guess. Pretty straightforward drive coming up here. Yeah, we'll drive straight through on this one. You'll notice I must have taken this highway down with one of my loads to get this achievement, and I came through and stopped at that rest area. So I will have to I'll have to make a conscious stop into a rest area here at some point in time. Let's see. It's really, I guess I should have tried to match the color a little better on this trailer, huh? But it is kind of hard to do that. I mean, they do a better job now with color matching in ATS and ETS2 ever since they came out with the RGB format and stuff like that. But yeah, before that, color matching in ATS, it was always kind of quirky with SCS games. Their color palette is really goofy, if that's a thing. Let me see. I gotta push a button here. Something says, "Hey, push a button." All right, there. I pushed the button. What do you think now? All right, cool. Button has been pushed. We're all pushed. And I guess you should have looked at the map to see how you're doing here. We're getting along. We're about a quarter of the way. We're about to come up to the San Antonio big mega interchange of all the things, so that's all cool. All good in the neighborhood. You betcha. All right. So yeah, just now with the December stuff coming up, it's going to be crazy. So 2 Point Campus first. Obviously, we've got, I think it's 3 campuses. Turn right. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. I agree. Is this car going to get my way? Yes, of course he is. That's fine. Number 1, of course, is 2 Point Campus. It has 3 new campuses. One of them is in outer space. That's going to be awesome. You betcha. I'm going to really enjoy that. We'll be definitely looking forward to that, playing that tomorrow. Obviously, we'll start the live stream as soon after I get the DLC. I don't know what time the DLC is going to come out, so I'll probably have to wait a few minutes, a little time to get it installed and all the stuff. I already have it pre-bought, pre-purchased. So literally, I'm just waiting. I'll just be waiting for the DLC to kind of show up at whatever time they're releasing. It's probably 2 p.m., which I don't know. I'd have to check my time zone, but I don't remember seeing a time zone on it. But I'll have to check it. and see what goes on after that. But besides that, then of course we'll be on to Zion. X-Ion, I guess I should. Oh, I meant to take that exit, right?
Finding a new route.
Yeah, that's my bad. That's my bad. Listen. Finding a new route. Well, listen, we can go this way. That's fine. It's just a little bit of a detour. You've added an extra 65, 70 miles onto this, onto this thing, but that's all right. Hey, it allows me to mark off another untraveled road, so I'll take it. So with X-Ion coming out, that'll be on Tuesday. Again, I don't know. They haven't really given a time for that one either, I don't think. Again, just got to wait that one out, I guess. And then, of course, we'll have to go through the whole intro. Like the first hour and a half, we already kind of know what we want to do with that game. So the first episode, pretty straightforward, I think. We'll get the base up and running. We'll get the housing up and in. We'll get supplies sorted out. We'll get the initial roads in, the initial food in, the research center up and running, and of course the external EVA dock, of course, is important. We'll have to put at least one solar panel on it. We know that, and yeah, it is what it is, right? Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Let's see. Of course, 2 Point Campus, our first campus, and that will be tomorrow, people. It's going to be a crazy month. But it's the holidays. We're going to have a good time with it. Of course, we'll be doing the first space campus and trying out some of the new courses, I hope. I don't know if they're going to let us use all the courses at the same time. I really do. I hope that we get to use, if they're going to, let us have all 3 courses. Or if at least if we're forced to do one campus, that we get the chance to do all 3. But we'll see how it goes. Sometimes you just got to wait it out a little bit, people. You just got to wait it out a little bit. And then, of course, Infraspace moving to Friday did actually make my schedule a little bit nicer. So, of course, Infraspace, the next update is coming out on Friday. It's going to be out, I think they have 2 p.m. Central CET time, which is let's see, I think that's 10 in the morning for me, right? So I think, which is a little early to start a live stream on, actually. So I'll probably wait that one out a little bit, if that's a thing. Well, it is a thing. I'll probably wait that one out a little bit and then start that one a little later in the day. And then, of course, but all 3 of these on their launch day get their own dedicated day. So obviously tomorrow is 2 Point Campus, and nothing will happen there. And then on Tuesday, when X-Ion comes out, it will get its dedicated day. And on Friday, of course, Infraspace gets its dedicated day. Now, the other days, I'm actually going to be doing double streams or a stream video combination on those days because there's just so much going on that we'll have to have 2 come out at the same time, right? Looks like another acting course. Well, I don't know if it is or not. Again, they may introduce a new.
Right.
Oh, what? Turn right? No. Is this right? I can't believe that. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to get to where we want, but it's really ugly. I guess I should have stayed on the highway there, huh? I don't know. This interchange was really ugly from the start. So I guess I'm just glad I'm going to be able to still get there by accidentally taking this exit, I guess, because I should have stayed on that ramp up there, but oops. It is what it is.
And then turn left.
Okay. I'll keep left and turn left. All right. Come on. Let's go, people. Look at that. You're actually seeing me stop at a stoplight. This is pretty rare. We should take a picture of this for posterity, actually. Okay, well, it looks like traffic's moving, so we'll move ahead with it. Let's see if we can't get a little bit of a zoom out action going on there. There we go, look at that. What's this car doing up here? Because there's probably another red light. Okay.
Turn left.
Well, I am going to turn left as soon as I get this car out of my way. This Range Rover extraordinaire. Yep, come on, go on, scoot. right, all the things. Let's see if we can do this turn staring at it this way. Yeah, look at that. Got like a little challenge every once in a while. Do it, do it, do it. Yep, you know it. Okay, let's get this thing through and put the cruise control back on so we can get back on the highway and get doing the things. Yeah, so they may have several new mechanics for 2 Point Campus. I hope they don't throw too many new mechanics in because, you know, that's... I'm assuming that for the DLC they've probably taken most of what they already have in the game and they've just added a space campusy theme to it. I'm looking forward to the new courses myself. I mean, yes, one of the courses is very much the same.
Continue straight on.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna continue straight on because I got to get back on the highway up here, GPS lady. So that's just hang out and be cool for a minute. They have the Knights thing with the bobbing. So I'll see. That's very similar to what's in the game. But the other two or three courses, I think, have a lot of new material, which I'm looking forward to having a lot of fun with tomorrow. I'm sure we'll make a mess of it somewhere, right? That's what we do, right? Maybe they have aliens disguised. They may have. In fact, they do mention aliens in the description, which is actually kind of funny. Sanchez, what's going on, man? Doing okay, doing all right. Slowly recovering from whatever the mess is with the stuff and the things, but I am recovering and feeling good enough today. We could try and do this one live, and so far it's going all right. Not too dizzy. I was a little lightheaded there just once, but we're doing all right with it so far. So aliens disguised as humans that you have to find. Yeah, see, now as long as they don't make that mechanic too quirky like they did the Spy School way. I don't know if they do the Spy School thing again. I will be pretty bummed out about that. Because that Spy School mechanic was not really good. I must admit, I was disappointed in because I thought that was going to be one of the coolest campuses to do, and I must admit, I was really bummed out about that campus. It did not go as planned, and it is what it is. I mean, they try new things. They had to try something. They try new stuff, and of course, it just kind of worked out that way, right? All good, but not good enough in that case, or I didn't enjoy it anyway. Let's see if we can't get a 7-8 on this. You gonna give me an 8? Gonna give me a nice 8? No nice 8s? No? Well, that's not a bad shot, but I'd like to have a cross highway 8 shot, but whatever. Let's see here. That would be as annoying as the virus in 2 Point Hospital. Yeah, I must admit, in 2 Point Hospital, that virus mechanic does bum me out a lot. Okay, are you going to give me this viewpoint? Because I know that's what this question mark's got to be, right? This question mark has to be a viewpoint.
Go straight on.
Yes, that's what I thought. Now, where's the viewpoint at? Okay, it's right in front of me, dude. Oh, yeah, we're going to stop right here and block all the traffic. This is going to be awesome. Okay, right there. Do that. Press enter. Wow, that's actually not a bad shot of the truck. 15 out of 25 viewpoints, which is good because that'll probably be one of the next achievements we have a look at on when we come to when we do ATS next time. That'll probably be one of the achievements we have a look at, and all the good things. All right, let's get this thing underway. Yeah, well, let's go. Pull her back out there, big guy. We got miles to make. Miles and smiles. All the things. Yeah, the virus in 2 Point Hospital. I must admit, the virus part of 2 Point Hospital is kind of what broke me from playing the rest of that game. Unlike 2 Point Campus, I did not finish 2 Point Hospital. And I never bought the DLCs for it. And one of the big reasons is because of the virus mechanic. I really didn't enjoy it. It just did not appeal to me. And I'm glad they didn't go very far with that Spy School mechanic in the other scenarios, because if they did, I probably would not have continued on with 2 Point Campus. But luckily, they only did that mechanic for the spy school. Now, it all depends how they do it with the aliens and stuff, and I don't mind doing it like once for one of the 3 campuses, as long as it isn't, if that's a mechanic they bring in for that though, like if you have to do it all the time, it won't be any fun, right? So hopefully they don't do that. But I mean, you're always going to find an issue with a game, like like an ATS, right? Darkness is the ATS Achilles heel, right? In 2 Point Campus, it's the spy school mechanic, right? In 2 Point Hospital, it's definitely the virus mechanic. I mean, all games have their like I don't call it bad points, but that annoying thing that just like makes you go like, ugh, I wish it wasn't like that, right? Because it's like, I really think that mechanic's dumb, or why would they do that, right? And I'm sure they were doing, at the time, it was kind of a thing they were building and all the stuff. And some people may like driving around in the extra dark, or some people might actually enjoy that spy campus mechanic. I don't think it's many, but I'm sure somebody did, so, in ATS, the intersections are terrible. Really? I actually like the roads in ATS. And actually, the roads in ETS, too, are what drive me crazy. Now, I realize they do make the roads somewhat realistic. And I realize in Europe, a lot of the highways have guardrails on the sides of the highway. So there's a lot of guardrails on their highways over there. That being said, it annoys me to no end. Like, I hate all the guardrails in ETS too. It's like all these highways have guardrails on them all the time. I'm like, gee whiz, you guys could save some money over there just by not putting so many guardrails on everything. But anyway, see, there's a guardrail here because there's a bridge here. And the guardrail's to protect the bridge pylons from being struck if we're in an accident. But I mean, out here is perfectly fine. You don't need guardrails out here. Now, yes, in Europe, the highways are closer, the lanes are closer together, so having guardrails does make some sense to separate the 2 lanes of traffic. But anyway, it's just one of those things, right? All games have an annoyance, and I must admit, in ETS 2, what annoys me is them silly guardrails on all the roads that you guys have in that game. The other thing about ETS 2 is that the cities are much more simplistic. Let's take take Huntsville. Okay? So Huntsville, right, in ATS, they tend to add a lot more roads and stuff in each town or city that's being represented. But in ETS 2, like you'll go to really big cities and they'll have one road. They'll have a city that doesn't even have that. They'll have a huge city in ETS 2 that doesn't have hardly any representation of the city at all. It is actually quite surprising. ETS 2 cities are actually very small and not represented properly. But that's because of the scale, right? I think the scale in ETS 2 is 1/33rd scale. And in ATS it's 1/25th scale, so of course they can add a little more to ATS, but it is what it is, right? Again, you would never be able to do this at 1-to-1 scale, right? It would take you a real week. It'd take the casual gamer, right? Like a casual gamer doesn't want to be doing one loaded trip for 2 weeks, right? I mean, you got to have everything scaled down appropriately so as you can play the game and have a good time, right? Yeah, again, and that's just, and every city does look the same, but that is just because of the scale of things, right? Unfortunately, the scale of the cities in ETS2, because they're smaller, it's hard to really demonstrate a city. Now, yes, I do realize they have worked on certain places, like when they did the what was it, the Hamburg event, right? Was that it? The international, the European Truck Show. They did add more to that city at the time, right? And it looked really good. I think they did a nice job on that. But I realize that a lot of cities they have are they're still going to have to go over that as time goes on to see if they can't figure it out, right? See, everybody thinks that, but I don't think you would. I don't think you would enjoy a 1-to-1 scale truck game that much, right? Just because of the time taken. So, like, I know how long it takes to get, like, from my place to Orlando, Florida, all right? I mean, it's, it's like 32 hours of driving, all right? That's 32 real hours. So, as a casual gamer that might have, I don't know, let's say I have, let's say I'm being really, really generous, and I say I have 3 hours a day to play a game, all right? That would mean that doing a load from like the top to the bottom of California would be 10 days of gameplay. That's pretty stretching, right? No one's going to play a game for 10 days just to do one load, right? Like, it would be really hard to sell that game, I think. Like, a lot of people just wouldn't play it. They just wouldn't play it because they haven't got enough time to play it, right? Wow, this is actually really weird looking highway. All right, must be something weird they're doing. They did there just to kind of get this highway into a 4-lane highway. It was kind of weird. They just had like highway ends switch left. Now, don't get me wrong, they do that all the time with highways under construction, but it was just weird to see it in the actual game. Usually they just don't even bother, they just end it, but they actually did like a construction piece to make it look good. I'll give them that one, that's for sure. Okay, it's a Cadillac. Cadillac. I was going to say, what car makes that noise? I must admit, it's too bad the sound isn't correct in this mode. So, obviously, I'm looking at the truck from behind, right? So the sound you hear from the cars are from where my position is now. But really, I shouldn't hear the car sound until it's up beside the truck, because really, as a person, that's where I should be hearing the sound of the car going by, not from the back of the trailer where my third-person view is. I always thought the sound was kind of messed up that way when you're in this view, but there's not much you can do about it. It's like, well, I guess I could put a ticket in. They would not do anything about it. I doubt it. But I mean, it is kind of funny. Like, you'll hear this you'll hear the engine of the car going by, but I'm like 6 feet back from the back end of the trailer, and it's like, well, why don't you wait until the car's like here to play the sound for me? Avid historian, 3 out of 30. Really? What historian location? I didn't even see a sign for that. Was there like a historic location here? I mean, that's pretty intense. That's a tree. It's a rotten tree. Like, okay, sure. I went by a historical location that I don't even know about. Okay, well, there's the brown sign. Okay, historical location. That's good. I mean, it's another achievement you got to get. I've only gotten 3 of them so far, but out of 30. But I'm sure that'll get. I'm sure as time goes along, we'll collect them up at some point in time. Yeah, we're gonna turn left here in a minute. All right, you gonna slow down? Sure. All right, cool. There we go. Actually, this is a pretty straightforward drive today. Nothing too crazy. Let's see. You're gonna give me a nice 8. Give me a nice 8 coming through town here as we pull out. Probably not. You're being pretty fussy today with these 8s. I'm very disappointed in that, by the way. I'm just letting you know. Yeah, you're giving me a lot of these back end shots, but you're definitely not giving me the front end shots on these 8s today. Like, I'm very, very annoyed at you, game. That's right, annoyed. All right, well, that one's not too bad, but, we'll take it, right? No traffic in front of us, so I think we can get away with driving like this for a minute. We do have a little bit of a turn coming up here in the road, but it's good to see the front end of the truck with Santa on there delivering presents. I would like to see if if they actually do have the presents loads in this year, and if not, I don't understand why. Like, it's kind of a bummer, actually. But you gotta like the Mac truck. It's definitely a nice looking truck, I must say. It's a nice looking truck all around. I am way over on the other side of the road. What am I doing over there? Let's get back on this side. Maybe, yeah, there's a historic piece of wood on the floor. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's just really weird. Like, I do realize it's one of the achievements and stuff. But it is kind of strange that they just kind of...
Right. And then
like,
exit right.
Let me see. Let me go into the map mode here for a second. In the map mode, like, there's no way. I don't think there's any way to see all the historical markers. Like for example, like, I can find all the viewpoints or whatever, right? But I don't think there's a way to find historical markers. Way stations, undiscovered points, yes, but undiscovered points isn't the same as I don't think it's the same as like, this I'm expecting is a viewpoint, not a historical point. But you know what? We'll find out when we get there, because are we going there? No, we're not even going there. Well, then you're not discovering nothing there, Max. Okay, so this is probably a viewpoint. I doubt this is a historical marker, but we'll find out when we get there, I guess.
Exit.
They're just... It just makes it a lot more challenging to find those if there's no real way to know where it is that they're indicated of, right? That's just my thought process on historical viewpoint markers. It just makes it really hard to find them. All right, there we go. Do the things. Do. Oh, it's a little bit sharp. A little bit sharper than I wanted. There we go. All right, you going to give me a nice 8 coming out of this intersection today, or are you just going to be really mean to me today? Well, I'll take that shot. I'll take that. That's not a bad looking shot. Right? That's that was pretty decent. Finally, a few decent shots out of the 8 camera, because let me tell you, it's been pretty cheapy on us today. Well, we'll take that. I'll take a couple of nice shots of that. There's a nice 7 shot. We'll go with that. There's a nice 5 shot. Pretty good. You got this sharp turn coming up here, Max. You gonna take a 2 shot and drive the truck? All right. Well, that's fine. We'll do that. We'll get a little bit of side action here to see what the truck's doing. There we go. All good in the neighborhoods. There we go. So yes, we got lots of craziness coming up. Infraspace, of course, will be the new big map. The Giga maps, right? Hence the series name Giga. They're going to go with environment update adjustments later on because, it was getting really late. They'd expected that update to come out over a month and a half ago. So they're just going to have to split that in 2. But, now, am I going to build a super mega base on it? Not this time, I don't think. I think I just want to explore the map size, the new map size that they have. We'll try out some of the new mechanics. I think we'll do a little bit more research focus on this one. Talk about research, what it is you need to do research, and that kind of stuff. I think that's what this series is going to be about. It's about the research focus. So it gets they're getting it's getting the new map size, but it's not getting the full biome experience yet because they were running way out of time, right? So I think we're getting the new map size, but not the full biome stuff is what's going to happen there. Yeah, so like the next series, actually the next series would be Infraspace Eco, which is going to be the whole new biome. Or I'll name it something cool, right? Like maybe Infraspace Bio or something, right? So this one's going to be on the new, they're increasing the map size by 4. So we're going to have a look at that on this series. And then the next one's supposed to be on when they fully introduce all the new biome types. And that's when I think we'll get to have a look. Now, I mean, they may add a little bit of each to that when it comes to Friday. That'll be kind of the cool part about it, right? We're going to get to see what it is they add. And again, I'm not going to go for a big mega city on this one. I think I'll leave that to the next series when they actually do come up with the full biome package. But I would like to do a little bit more research focus on this one. Where where we're able to do so much science per minute or something like that, I think. Now, it's not, the science itself is not ever ending. They do have the drill, right, which is a thing. So we might try and do something with that on this series, whereas the last series was just about population and me making a city grow to 100K, right? So that's probably what I'll be focused on. A little more science research this one, a little bit more with the drill this time, and yeah, we'll take it from there and see how it goes, right? Then of course there's going to be a little bit of a quiet lull time. Of course, it's the way it always is, right? They come out with like a dozen new games. Now January will come along, and January and February. There will be no new games, and it'll be super hard to get anything planned. But that's just the nature of the calendar, right? 1 minute there's too many games to play, and the next minute there's no new games to play. All right, so this is a viewpoint. I need this camera, dude.
Go straight on.
Yeah, we're gonna go straight on as soon as I go into this camera. It's all good. We're even going to block all the traffic here for a second. Yeah, there we go. Watch this. Yeah, all these cars can be really upset with me. I did get the trailer off the road, though. So that makes this 16 out of 25 for camera progress. Actually, this is really good, because, I mean, I need all these cameras, so I know this is all good in the neighborhood. Yeah, all the things. Do. Wow. See, I should have kept my Wild West outfit on, or paint job on. I would have matched the side, right? All good in the neighborhood. Oh, I thought I had the trailer off the road. I guess I didn't. Well, it just seemed like I did anyway. All right, carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. All right, there we go. Yeah, so we'll see. The new series, I think, for Infraspace, when it starts on Friday, is going to be more science focused. We'll get into the crazy, red science, running the drill, seeing about how well we can do with that, right? I think is what we'll do this one on, and just exploring the new map in general, the new map mechanics. We might try a few designs around cities just to try and get a little bit better balance. Don't get me wrong, Infraspace Cube was awesome, and I enjoyed every minute of that. I'm just looking to try always tweak the balance of, how much food do you need, how many computers do you need, how much schooling do they need, all the things, right? All the things that you need to balance that game out. So we'll just keep working on that, right? Because their numbers are always a little quirky in that game, and so I just find that it's a nice thing to do. So we're going to do that, and of course, with Xion, we're just going to play that and just enjoy it. We're just going to sit back and watch the awesome graphics, the awesome soundtrack, the awesome stuff. I'm just going to enjoy that, playing that game just for the enjoyment of it. I'm not looking to min-max that game or anything like that. I just enjoy the graphics and the soundtrack in that game. It's just so big. The whole soundtrack just really makes it sound so big. I must admit, I don't know who they got for their sound guy, but they did a good job on that game for sound. That definitely was a plus, that's for sure. Wow, really? It's like 6 o'clock at night? Wow, we've been driving the whole day. Look at that. All right. Listen, we need gas. Well, there is a little gas station there. There's a gas station there. There's a bigger gas station up here. Do you want the really big gas station, or do you want the little gas station? The little gas station may actually be more convenient, Max. Let's see. Yeah, because you gotta come. Well, you know what? Yeah, you know what? We'll take the big gas station because we'll try to knock off some side routes here. Yeah, I could pull into the little gas station and get this done quick, but we'll stretch this out a little bit longer, and we'll head into the big gas station and do a little bit of the loop-de-loo. The Peterbilt dealership is in there, all that stuff. We'll do a little bit of discovery, all the things. So, yeah, that's the way we'll handle that. Now, yeah, so like I said, Exion, I'm just going to play that. I'm not looking to min-max that or anything. I'm just looking to sit back and take it all in. I just want to absorb it all. Because, I mean, we may play it again and try to do some min-maxing with it at some point in time or something like that. But really, that game is just so wonderful to listen to and awesome to play that I think we just go with just being super mellow. I'll be perfectly fine with it. Why am I showing the bed icons on your map? Oh, that's just default on the map, right? I didn't make the choice. It's just I leave all the icons turned on. Doesn't really matter, right? They're just there. So, yeah, doesn't matter if I turn them on or off. I mean, it's interesting to know where stuff is, right? Like there's a rest area up here, I guess, if I wanted to use it. Even though I don't tend to use them, at least it just kind of shows you what they are, what it is. Look at this area in here. It's like a little picnic area. I mean, that's a whole different type of rest area than what you usually see, right? Yeah, it's just a visual aid of things, I guess. So now, do we want to do the stuff and the things here?
Go straight on.
Yes, we're going to go straight on. I think we're going to get an exit ramp here. Yes, we are. I think we'll take this exit ramp so as we can get ready to come into this truck stop. Let's do that.
Recompute.
Yes. You're going to recompute. Don't recompute too hard, though, because we don't want your brain to blow up.
Go straight
Yes,
on,
so, I mean, it's got the
keep
Frostpunk mechanics with...
keep left,
I forget the name of
and
that
then
space
exit
station
left.
game, which bothers me.
Never
But
mind.
there's a
Find
game
a
on
new
a space station that has the space station like circular mechanic, but it's got the Frostpunk building mechanic. It's a nifty combination of the two. It should make for an interesting time. And it does help. I mean, again, I'm all big on like
and
the
then
musical
continue
score. You got to slow down here, Max. Because you need this turn, dude. I'm all big on the musical background to it and stuff. So I'll be very interested to see how that
Go
goes.
straight on.
All right, I was gonna say that sign back there said, "Hey, you should turn left," and I'm like, "No,
Reroute.
the gas station is this way. I want the gas station." So I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna go to the gas station.
Go straight on.
Well, yes, I am going straight on because I want to go to the gas station.
Keep left, and then turn left.
Well, yes, I'm going to do that.
Turn left.
Wow, like you guys are making this really hard to like get gas. Okay,
Go
well
straight
there's the gas pumps on that side. There's the gas pumps on this side. We'll turn in here, I guess. They don't have very big gas pumps here at this gas station. They only got 2 pumps. All right, here we go. All the things. Show me the monies. Actually, I'm going to spend all the monies. How much is gas here? $4.74 a gallon. Which really isn't that bad. Here in Canuckland, a liter of diesel is $2.40 a liter. That would be like, I don't know, what's that? About $8 a gallon. So it's pretty intense here in Canuckland at the moment. Diesel is. Gas prices have fallen somewhat in recent weeks, but diesel prices are still way extravagant. Super crazy. Yeah, so diesel prices here are, well, I don't know, what are they? But yeah, $2.42 I think they were when I looked at the sign yesterday. $2.42 a liter, $2.42 Canadian. So yeah, they're still pretty high, right? Yeah. So well,
and then exit left.
you got to remember that's in Canadian dollars, right? So
Exit
in euros, that's probably about the same as about $2 euro, right? So I'd have to do a little bit of math conversion. I don't know where the dollar sits at the moment, but yeah, it's about $2 a euro, or like I said, 240 Canadian. So Americans, well, now okay, we're looking at game prices, right? $4.74 a gallon, right, is still a decent price in terms of what the rest of us all deal with. Now, keeping in mind, right, they don't have free health care or anything like that in America, right? So, you know, their gas prices and things reflect that. Whereas, you know, Canadian gas prices and European gas prices, you know, we have extra taxes on those where, for example, like we have additional road taxes, you know, for road maintenance and transportation. I think it's been like, 20 years since they raised the road tax on American gasoline. Because, I don't know, Americans don't like their roads that much, but they actually, what they do instead is they toll road everything now. Everything's a toll road. It's like, holy smokes. Like when I drive to Florida, it's like the amount of tolls I have to pay to get down to Florida. It's crazy, super crazy. I'm like, holy smokes. It's like the amount of tolls I have. Like when I first started driving to Florida, I think the drive down and back, the tolls were like, not even, it was like maybe $40. But I think my last trip down to Florida, I think the tolls and everything for me to drive down and back, I think it came to like $170. It was like every time you turned around, you needed to pay a toll somewhere. It was like, holy smokes. I mean, they really like toll roads. Now, it is because you got to make money somehow to pay for these roads. And if you're not going to raise the money through taxes, well, then you got to raise the money another way. And they do that through tolls. So they're more acceptant to toll roads, and we're just more acceptant to taxes on fuel surcharge, I guess, is how that works. But I don't enjoy flying. I'm not a big flyer. I'm not afraid to fly. I have flown before. I mean, I've flown to Europe, right? I've flown to Florida. I have flown to Europe. You know, I don't enjoy flying. I mean, if I have to fly somewhere, I will. But if I don't have to, I won't. I'll drive, right? I enjoy the drive. You know, it's just a thing. Like for example, if I was going to take like a European vacation, right? I would probably pick a city to start in, and then from there drive the rest, right? So like, let's say I wanted to go like, you know, do a quick tour of like, you know, maybe you know, United Kingdom, France, Belgium, the Netherlands, Germany. I would probably maybe I would either start in Britain or start in France, and then just rent a car, right? I'd fly to one of those countries, then just rent a car and just drive everywhere as I wanted to go, right? Just because I'd rather do that than fly. Not a big flyer. Whoa. What kind of building is that? What do we got going on here? See? Daytime in this game would be so much, nighttime would be so much better. It's like a mega silo system. That's what that is. Yeah, like look at all the silos there. That's some silos. That's what you call like silo building. You're holding a lot of grain there. And because we only have 30 miles left to go, I think we'll just hold off on resetting the daytime and all the things. So this should get me my final achievement. You betcha. Well, it'll give me the achievement for the Crusing Texas. And of course, then it'll give me the products of the things that we can stick in the truck. 26 miles. Where are we going here, by the way? Let's see. Well, you're going to take an exit and then right and a left. All right, well, it's pretty straightforward, I guess. Surely I can't mess that up. But we'll let this go through the dark a little bit. You're going to give me... Can we get a nice nighttime 8 shot before we get there? That's actually not bad. That's actually one of the nicest 8 shots we've had all game. That's actually not too bad. Again, it's too bad it gets so dark in the game because, again, you could see so much more. Like, if this was ETS 2, that shot would be so much better. But it is what it is, people. Why is everybody passing me? You guys all stink, as far as I'm concerned. Why are you all passing me?
And then exit right.
Oh, SCS, why do you have these regulated slow loads? I don't know.
Exit
Drives me
right.
crazy. Yes, I'm going to exit right. There we go. See? Exiting right. Then I guess I don't really have to do anything after this. I just drive along here, do a little left and a right, and all the things. Yeah, 2
Keep
good
right.
8s in a row.
And
I
then
know.
turn right.
Like, it's too bad it was so dark that we couldn't really appreciate them to 100%. Though we did get to appreciate the nighttime driving aspect of it, I guess. Just, you know, bummerish. A little bit of bummerish. But anyway, it is what it is. All right, we're going to drop this off. We are going to take a
Turn right.
quick look just to see if they have a Christmas load. I don't think they do. I wasn't really planning on doing a Christmas load today. I wanted to... Really? Another red light? Fine. I am being so nice right now. I could just push you out of the way, little car, and I would do it. I would do it in a minute, but, you know. The old Mac's looking good. Yeah, come on, let's go, dude. We got things to do today. There we go. The Mac's looking good, though. It's dark. You can't see it, but it looks good. Anyway. All right. We'll get this thing down in here. Yes, little red car. I know. I'm on the wrong side of the road. Blah, blah, blah. All the things. Wow. I just heard a cricket chirp at me. That was actually pretty cool. Well, I know it's not for real. It's not a real cricket because it's way too cold here for crickets now here in Canuckland. But
Get ready.
so I'm
to
assuming
turn
that
left.
cricket was in game. Okay. Where's the left-hand turn to this thing?
Turn
Here we go.
left.
Turn left. Alrighty. Here we go. All right. And get down to the end of this road. Do the stuff and the things.
Get ready to turn left.
All right, well, I'm going to get ready to turn left. As soon as I can get down here. Come on, truck. Pull this thing.
Turn left.
Okay. And this should do it.
Fine.
Right there.
Hit.
Where are you gonna tell me to drop this thing off? If it's too complicated, I'm not doing it. That's just not where I am today. Okay, you know what? I'll do that. I'll probably not like myself for it, but I'll do it anyway. Let's see if we can't get a little bit of zoom in action here. Yeah, it's just around the other side of the building. It's a very narrow place. Why am I thinking I'm regretting this mistake already? We'll see what happens, I guess. Okay, so you want me to get into that bay. All right, well, that's fine. We'll swing around here. Do. Yep, around here. That's it. Come around. A little bit more. A little bit more. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Where is it? Is it right there? Yep, it's right about there somewhere. Done like dinner. All right, woo. Okay. Just a little bit of backing up of all the things. We'll take the monies and run, people. That's what we do. All right. No, we're not going to skip the parking. I got this all done, but the cookie counting. I actually let it go a little too far to the left there, but too far to the right, I mean. That's all right. We'll make it to work. There we go. See? Yeah, we made it work. It's all good in the neighborhood.
Ready to roll.
No, you didn't want to do that. You have to push the enter key, dude. This is your trailer. You don't drop it. Here, turn the engine off and unload the trailer. This is your trailer, dude. There you go. 1,003 of those miles. You betcha. That should definitely wrap up. What? Why is that not done? That was more than 100 miles. That was 1,000 miles. What? Why did you not count that? Well, I don't know why I didn't count it. Maybe it's like, no, I don't want to count that today. Anyway, okay, fine. I'll figure that out later. I'm not going to worry about it right now. The other thing I did want to check for before we wrap things up for the day is under the job market. Let's go external contracts. Do they not have Christmas loads yet? Are they not doing Christmas loads this year? I'm very disappointed. Right? I mean, Christmas loads, people. I'm very surprised they're not doing Christmas loads this year. Maybe that's a patch they're going to come out with here in the next couple of days. I mean, I can't see why they wouldn't do Christmas loads. They do Christmas loads every year. I'd be very bummed out about that. But anyway, nevertheless, that's about where we're going to wrap things up for today. So I'll figure out why it didn't count that load as my Texas event. I'm pretty sure it should have, but maybe it's because of where I started from, blah, 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 right? External contracts, yep, community goal. 15 different Texas cities. Well, I was pretty sure that I'm pretty sure I hadn't delivered to this city before, but maybe I had at some point in time. But nevertheless, I will fix that up. It's not a big deal. So what do we got coming up next, starting tomorrow? 3 new games starting this week. Tomorrow is going to be 2 Point Campus Space Academy, and as far as I know, we'll have that out 3 times at least this week coming up. Then we've got Exion on Tuesday. It too has got at least 3 episodes this week, and then we've got Infraspace Giga, which of course it too will have at least a couple of episodes, because it comes out on Friday, so it's going to be really hard to get 3 episodes in. But I mean, that's just crazy talk. That's just crazy talk. So many new games coming out for the holiday season. We'll be playing them straight through, all the things. I'm going to be so wore out, there'll be nothing left of me. It's where I am. I'll be all wore out. I won't be able to get anything else done. So with that, though, I am going to wrap things up here for today. And, of course, have a little bit of that supper, continue working on my health, because, we got to keep getting better. To keep playing them games, because that's a thing, right? Of course, Noco, Sanchez, I want to thank you very much for stopping by, all the things. I want to thank everybody that's recent subscribers that's signed up. Fuculio and Martin, of course, I appreciate it. And, of course, their names are scrolling at the bottom of the screen. I, of course, appreciate everybody that watches later as well. Of course, the socials, the links are down in the description of the video, because as I discover things, I always post. Daily, usually of when I go live, but if anything surprising comes up, I usually post it on Discord first, just to kind of give you a heads up on that one. Okay, with that, all the things, starting tomorrow, you know how it is. It's going to be 2 Point Campus Space Academy. As soon as I already bought the game, I'm just waiting for it to drop. So as soon as it arrives, we're going to do all the things. I'm Max. This has been American Truck Simulator Live. You know it. And when we'll do all these new games this week, I'm going to see you on the next one. Take care.